on the shooting from the Club Q shooting in Colorado. Chris Brock in for Eric and Gary on Red Eye Radio.
It's a big job to get ready for a big move. So what do? You call our friends Bob and Sandy Jameson, the Jameson team with Toscana Properties, like Douglas and Amanda did. They were ready to sell their San Jose home and move with their 4 kids back to Tennessee. They took advantage of Bob and Sandy's help program. That's a home enhancement listing program. Bob and Sandy loaned them the money to make needed repairs so the home would sell quickly and for top dollar. The Jameson team connected them to agents in Tennessee who could help them purchase a home there. It all went beautifully. They sold their home quickly, and they're now happily on their way to Tennessee.
Yeah, they knew where they wanted to go, but maybe you don't. Maybe you have several states in mind, but you're struggling to figure it out. The Jameson team is a state-by-state research team that helps you find the right state that suits your lifestyle and preferences.
And if you want to sell quickly, you can get an instant cash offer, not a low ball like from iBuyers. Call the folks we would trust, Bob and Sandy Jameson, the Jameson team have been in real estate. Call them 408-686-HOME, 408-686-HOME, or sandyhasbuyers.com.
The Jameson Team Toscana Properties, DRE license number 01845393.
65 Americans a day die by gun suicide. Store your guns securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammunition. Help stop suicide. Learn more at InFamilyFire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
KSFO's Ben Shapiro.
This administration is wildly out of touch, especially when it comes to guns. The majority of 2022 likely voters support having properly trained and armed teachers in schools. But unfortunately, the White House is not interested in such solutions. Rene Jean-Pierre was specifically asked the White House press secretary whether Joe Biden is interested in hardening schools.
That is not something that he believes in.
Oh, okay, so he believes in teaching gender theory to 5-year-olds, but not protecting the 5-year-old with an armed guard outside.
Catch Shapiro, weeknights at 9 on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Getting a flu shot helps us stay healthy, so we don't miss out on what matters. Like that family movie night your daughter can't live without. Yeah, can't do that. Every year, millions of people in the U.S. get the flu. Especially now, no one has time to miss out on moments that matter. So get your flu shot. Find out more at getmyflushot.org. Brought to you by the AMA, CDC, and the Ad Council.
KSFO's Dan Bongino's a smart guy, but this has him stumped.
I genuinely can't understand how this guy in the White House has an approval rating higher than, say, 25%. Who are the 4 out of 10 people who are like, yeah, man, this guy's great, he's knocking it out of the park? Fentanyl killing hundreds of thousands of kids, illegals flooding across the border, inflation we haven't seen in 40 years. I really don't understand. Who the hell are these 4 in 10 people?
Bongino, 9 to noon on your radio and smart speaker at 560 KSFO.
Social distancing slows the spread of coronavirus. So if you have a fever, dry cough, and shortness of breath, call your healthcare provider before going in. More info at coronavirus.gov. Let's all do our part, because we're all #AloneTogether. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Progressive Commercial Insurance protects truck owners with specialized coverages for heavy trucks. Get a quote in as little as 5 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help armed men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
Red Eye Radio and our sponsors are devoted to trucking safety. That's why we are proud to bring you the Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club. We've been saluting drivers who have surpassed the million-mile mark with preventable, accident-free driving. By reaching this milestone, you can be a part of an elite club of drivers who share remarkable safety records and demonstrate superior driving skills. If you or someone you know is a truck driver with 1 million miles or more of driving under your belt without a preventable accident, register online at redeyeradioshow.com. That's redeyeradioshow.com. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club would not be possible without the generous support of the fine folks from Petro Stopping Centers, House Lubricator, Motel 6, the St. Christopher Fund, and Cat Scale. We applaud the individual truckers and fleets who drive with care and keep our highways safe. The Red Eye Radio Million Mile Club, devoted to trucking safety. Register online at redeyeradioshow.com.
Truck show season is back in full swing for 2022, and Overdrive Magazine is reporting from events with a close focus on individual truck owner-operators' custom modifications to their hardworking rigs. From the rigs featured in the long-running Mid-America Trucking Show in Louisville in March to events coming up on the West Coast and elsewhere, Overdrive's got you covered with videos, in-depth owner-operator interviews, and more. Find the latest and browse the archives to catch some of the most head-turning trucks working the road today via overdriveonline.com, and check out the custom rig section.
Lines are open. 1-866-907-3339. 866-90 Red Eye. For Gary McNamara and Eric Harley, here is Chris Crock.
Fox America Radio and Chris Crock filling in for Eric. Eric, happy Thanksgiving. You will be tomorrow. Although it feels like depending on where you're at, it's probably cold. Getting there. It ain't warm right now, most anywhere in America. God bless it. Great country. Meantime, they're blaming folks for the shooting in Colorado. First, they said it was the guns. Yesterday, they blamed gun violence. They want to take away our guns. Now, today, they're saying it's our freedom of speech thing. They're saying it's Elon Musk's fault. They're saying it is Lauren Boebert's fault. They're saying it is Ron DeSantis' fault. They're saying it's our fault, Twitter's fault. We can't even say stuff because if we do, we're haters and it's our fault. That's what Vlad is saying tonight. That's what NBC reporters are saying tonight. All sorts of garbage. And one of the things we're talking about is that and who you blame for it. At 866-90 Red Eye, that's 866-907-3339 across America. And another thing is the transgender garbage has infected the NHL. They're tweeting about the y'all trans team in Middleton, Wisconsin, of course, Metro-Dade County, which is Madison, home of Madison, where we showed one of some of these stuff, the race in Wisconsin, and the NHL was attacked by some fans, and they're now having to defend transgender garbage, saying trans women are real, trans men are men, non-binary is identity is real, it's just garbage. And so everybody are saying so men are pulling on trans women's teams, and the NHL is arguing with them. And then they ended up throttling it back so that people can't be, the responses can't be seen because now they're woke and they're the king and we're all horrible. And another person said, I'm sure you're going to start drafting trans men out of the hockey men's team. If you don't, you're a bigot and a homophobe, am I right? And all sorts of stuff. So now I wanted to add that to the military. I want you to understand, and this is not according to me, this is according to military experts. Well, I'll tell you first of all, Major General, before General Jack Keane, who is a retired general in the Pentagon, I believe, under Trump, and he is now the head of the Institute of Studies of War. He's a regular on Fox News as a contributor, and he says he's been there in the Pentagon for war games. He's also been in another war game on his own against China, and both times we lose. We will not defeat China. They will defeat us. It is frightening, and with this, the military is preaching transgenderism, white rage, and firing 60,000 troops because they're not vaccinated. Meantime, they also are saying about white rage, that's garbage. And yet, when they said they're going to purge all the extremists out, they lie and say, this is all a big lie to frighten you and shut you up and take away our freedom of speech, and to cull any conservatives, any Republicans from the military, to make them like the FBI, which is primarily a leftist Democrat enforcement wing of the Democrat Party. It is the cuffs, it is the police force of the Democrat Party. And so we now hear that the military purging extremists, literally they only purge 100 troops out of the entire military, which is 0.0005, according to Martha McCallum on Fox News. That's the amount of extremists that accounts for. Like, what is that, 1,000th of a percent? That's the entire extremist military. But you wouldn't know that. China loves them. Meantime, the military, by firing 60,000 troops, not taking the vaccine, the Army is now 15,000 people below the recruiting rate. The number one priority for the military is diversity, not beating China. It is being carbon neutral, not beating China. It is not being all looking the same. It is all being different and unique, not being a machine to kill, to defend. It is not with one common mission. It is a diverse mission with people in high heels and leftists. And now we have something else I want to introduce to this point. The big one is coming, and the U.S. military isn't ready. This is from the Wall Street editorial board a couple weeks ago. Wall Street editorial, Wall Street News, Wall Street Journal. Navy Admiral Charles Richard, U.S. Commander of Strategic Command, said at a conference in early November, the big one is coming, and it isn't going to be very long before we're going to get tested in ways we haven't been tested for a long time. In fact, I believe he said within a year or two, he actually does think, I think it was him who said within 2 years he actually thinks that China might invade. And you know why? Because of Joe Biden. Because Joe Biden is feckless. Because Joe Biden afraid that Joe Biden has first led with Afghanistan by pulling out, by setting thousands of terrorists free from Bagram Air Force Base. One of those terrorists got out from ISIS, strapped a bomb to his chest, and blew up 13 of our soldiers and wounded several of the other soldiers. And Joe is responsible for